Hey guys, I'm Skylar Hamilton. Just got back from Muskogee, Oklahoma, the Central Open #1 out on the Arkansas River, and ended up winning. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the things I use and the tools that I use in my boat, from my tackle to my engine to my power poles to everything that that claimed the victory out there. My electronics were pretty key too. We'll go through the boat a little bit and look at a few things, but first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about what I did. And basically all I did was I went into an oxbow lake that was down towards the lock, and it was silted in at the mouth of it. So if you can tell, if you kept up with the tournament, you could see that I was in an aluminum boat, and that was probably the main factor that gave me the edge over the competition. Being able to get into that little silted in oxbow lake with this boat was a lot easier than if you had a big fiberglass boat. I mean, you could do it, but it was really hard to move around and fish the way you needed to fish. So this boat really helped me out and got me to fish that were less pressured. My Yamaha 74 stroke, it's so light, and it weighs 257 pounds. So when you get back there and all those stumps, whenever you get hung up on one, all you have to do is waddle around a little bit, and you can get off of them pretty easily. The tackle I used, I flipped reeds the whole time. There was a lot of stuff going on in there. There was a mayfly hatch, there was blackbirds nesting, there was bluegill spawning, there was a shad spawn, and everything that you could really want to keep the bass in there after they got done spawning. It was all the ingredients were there. And all I did was, when I found that spot the first day of the tournament, I went in there, and it took me a while to figure out where they were at. And basically all I did was flip a Havoc Pit Boss with a 4-aught Gamakatsu extra heavy flipping hook with a 1/4 ounce weight, and I just pegged it just so the sinker wouldn't fall, wouldn't get too far away from the bait, because when you're flipping reeds and stuff, you want everything to be compact and stay in one place. But that bait mimics a bluegill really well, and that's what the majority of the fish in there were eating. Some of the bigger fish were probably eating some of those little blackbirds, but they're not going to pass up a bluegill that swims by. But that bait's really good for flipping into real heavy cover, because it's so slender, and it doesn't have many appendages until you get to the back. So it slides through cover really well. And a lot of the fish were eating it when I was pulling it back out of the reeds. So I think that was pretty key to catching a few of those fish, was having a bait that was low profile and sleek, and it just went through that cover really well. And I used 20-pound Berkeley trilene fluorocarbon, a pretty heavy line. You could have got away with braid. I think you would have, you missed a few more fish, but I felt like the water was cleaner in there, so I felt like the fluorocarbon gave me an edge. And I used a 7.6 extra heavy fast action Berkeley E-Motion flipping stick and a Revo Rocket 9-0-1 reel. And the reel really helped, because those fish were so shallow. They were in less than a foot of water, most of the fish I caught. And when you hook one, they don't go backwards, they come towards you. So when you hook a 5-pounder in the reeds and it's in less than a foot of water, it's going to come straight towards you. So you have to reel pretty quick to catch up with it, and that 9-0-1 gear ratio really helped catch up to those fish. We'll look through a few things in the boat here. My Raymarine ES series, I just got this graph. Being able to have a good mapping system in your boat is really key, especially when you're fishing shallow water. It's not necessarily being able to see the bottom and the depth, it's being able to find your way in and out of places. And in that oxbow lake, as I would go in, the first day I went in, every stump I would hit, I would mark. So I knew basically where every stump was at throughout the day, so I could make a lot better time coming back out, so I wouldn't be hung up on stumps. You go through and you learn where everything's at, and you come back out and you won't hit anything. So having a good mapping system and being able to go through those places and not get hung up on stumps was really a time saver for me. And it also has a nice option of a power saver mode. So when you get back there and you're fishing all day and you really don't need your depth or anything, and you're just fishing with your trolling motor, you can put it on power saver mode, so you're going to have a good cranking battery whenever you get ready to leave. And I talked a little bit about my Yamaha, my 4-stroke 70. It's so light. It weighs 257 pounds, and when you get back in there, you want to have the lightest material possible in your boat, in your engine, your power poles. I've got the micro poles on there. Just because they're lighter, they're just as strong as the other ones on these smaller boats. And that 70, it had plenty of horsepower to get me in and out of there. It was just really light and agile, and it helped me, meander through the stumps back through there. But that's basically it. We had a really good tournament, and you know, I caught some big fish the second day. I had 19.4, which was I think the second biggest bag of the tournament. So you know, the pit boss, they pulled me through, and all my equipment was to you know, really key to my success. And I want to thank everybody for supporting me, and all the prayers and all the comments on Facebook. It really helped me pull it through.